You have all these things inside of you that are strengths that you don't have any idea you have until you have to draw on them. My father was just a community person. When he was a teacher and then a principal of a high school, there wasn't a parade that was organized or a student that needed help or something that he just wasn't working on. And that was just part of our training. I love to tell the story that I got to go to summer camp because he was a summer camp counselor. And they made the mistake of giving him the microphone. And he would get the campers up in the morning and he would make puns and he would tell jokes, and I would pull my blanket over my head and say, oh, I hope to God nobody knows who his is. And then I was about 25 or 30 and I thought, oh my God, I'm him. And then there were certain times, whether it was civil rights or the Vietnam War, that I really wanted to get involved and change things. And the central fact is getting things done. Just get things done. This isn't about, oh, I have a 90% voting record, I'm really good on this. It's about actually changing whatever is involved in that so that people can feel it in their lives and you feel like you're really doing something that makes a difference. When I was elected to the city council, the city had never not had basically a more conservative government of the people from the downtown interests. And for the first time, the majority of the council flipped to a more environmental organization, inclusion, preserving green belts around the city, making sure there was pay equity for women, all the things that we were doing. And yes, I got the most votes in history at that time, and we flipped the council for the first time. But it was really hard work. I did something that was unusual, and I sent out a 4-page letter and said, these are the things that I want to do. And when I was running for re-election, I got out that letter to reread it and thought, oh my God, we've done most of these things. And it was great. I worked for a member of Congress. I did the county's health and social services budget. I was on the city council. I was mayor. I did 9 years on the transit board, 9 years on the transportation commission, and I was on the seniors council. I ran an AIDS nonprofit. I worked for the leading national online human services network just as the internet was dawning. I was a community college trustee. I was an assembly member. I served in the state waste board. I taught a class at UC. I was Governor Brown's resources secretary in his cabinet for 8 years and served on 25 boards and commissions, and then now I'm in the Senate. There's almost nothing that I haven't worked with in some way, so that when I get a problem thrown in my lap, I can pretty much problem solve my way through it. And it has just been an amazing ride. I never would have thought that it would have gone like this.
What has been the most challenging moment in your career?
Unfortunately, there's a lot, but one of them is that I had the drama of being on to city council when a 7.1 earthquake destroyed our downtown. And we had to rebuild it from scratch. People lost their homes. Livelihoods were down. And it was one of those things that would happen to anybody. You have all these things inside of you that are strengths that you don't have any idea you have until you have to draw on them. We had a bankrupt city the minute after the earthquake. So much was done. And within, I think, 4 weeks, we opened temporary structures on the parking lots that ringed downtown, and any business that wanted to stay open. We kept business going. It's one of those things that there are unbelievable experiences. There was this period of time, 2 years or 3 years in, where we had to have wooden sidewalks and dusty streets, and I thought, will this never end? Yet now we came back better. We came back more solid, and you learn all these things you never knew. I don't know that there's anything that's more rewarding, even though there are moments it doesn't feel like that. You get something done that is major, and it will drive me for the next period of time. If you come into public life, you can figure out ways to do that if that's what's important to you and that's what guides you.